everyone, and welcome to Cricketing with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. You guys, this is what we're making. I've already made it. It's still here on my heat press. I'm wearing a Texas Southern University shirt because I graduated from there years and years ago. I made another Texas Southern University shirt, and I cannot wait to share this full process with you. At the end of this video, if you find this tutorial helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, this is what the shirt looks like, and I want to show you how I made it. It looks like it's glitter on glitter on glitter, but it is not. I have a little hack that I did, and I want to show you my full process. So without further ado, let's get started. The materials I'm going to use for this project include my Cricut Maker, a green standard grip mat, a black 100% cotton Gildan shirt, my StarCraft clamshell 15 by 15 heat press, my pen weeding tool. I'm using this maroonish glitter HTV and this silverish glitter HTV. I'm also using white Caesar HTV, and I am going to show you the files that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica as well as the font that was downloaded from Design Bundles. Okay, let's continue. The font bundle that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica is one that is called Varsity Font, and it also says College Font. And when I downloaded this, it gives you or gave me the option of SVGs, PNGs, and I believe there were other file types. Okay, it says there are SVGs, PNGs, PDFs, and JPEGs. So when I downloaded this, I have to upload each letter individually that I intend to use. So just know that if you are going to use this same bundle, it would make you would have to upload each letter individually. Bundles.net and show you where I downloaded the font Blastina. This is what the font looks like, and I can see that this font has a lot of extra glyphs and add-ons that you don't typically see in Cricut Design Space. In order to use the scripts, all of the glyphs and the extras that come along with this font, I will have to access my character map. Now, there is a standard character map that comes on Windows computers. However, I'm going to show you how to access what is called the Character Map UWP. I'm going to click down here. I see I have a lot of icons at the bottom of my screen. If I click on this one that looks like a little shopping bag, okay, I'm going to go like to the beginning. I can see this is the home screen for the Microsoft Store. I'm going to type in the name of the app, and it is called Character Map UWP. Okay, and I'm going to click it. Now it's not going to allow me to download it because I already have it downloaded. So where my option says open on your computer, if you don't already have this installed, your option will say download. I'm going to click open so that you can see all of the glyphs and special characters that come along with the Blastina font. So I'm going to click open. I already have it open right here on my screen, but I also see all of the fonts that have been downloaded on my computer, and I can look and see all of the extra glyphs that are available within the font choices that I have downloaded. Now, these are not Cricut fonts. These are fonts that I have either purchased externally or that I have downloaded from thefont.com. I have a full tutorial on my YouTube channel that I will link below this video on how to do that, okay? But for the purpose of this tutorial, we are using the font that is called Blastina, okay? So I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space and we will continue from there, but just know that we will be going back and forth between this window and Cricut Design Space when it's time for me to use the special characters that are within this font. I am in Cricut Design Space and I'm connected to my Cricut Maker. The first thing I'm going to do while I'm here is go ahead and open up a template, grab a template for the t-shirt. I like to do this so that I can get my sizing as close to accurate as I can. I'm going to choose a women's short sleeve medium shirt, and my shirt is black. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is upload one of the letters that I downloaded from a bundle from Creative Fabrica. Okay, I'm going to upload this letter T right here. T is for tigers. I want to bring the view down on my screen. Right now it's at 100%. I'm hovering at the bottom left of my screen. I want to bring it up to right at 50%. And I'm going to change the color of this T. I'm going to click over here and just change the color of this T to this gray color. And this will represent the silver glitter vinyl. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of resize that. I think I want this T to be right at 8 inches wide. I think that will make a nice size T for my shirt. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, now remember, this is where the character map UWP will come into play. Okay, so I'm going to grab a text box and I am going to double click in the text box and I'm going to type the word tigers, Tigers. And I'm going to move the text box over here for now. I don't want to make it big, much bigger. Okay, and I am going to go over here to my font and I'm going to look for my system font that is called Blustina. Okay, I'm click OK. And I can look here. I can see that this text is grouped, and I know that it's grouped because I have the option over here on the right to ungroup it. Okay, I am going to go ahead and ungroup it, and now I can see that I have the option to click on individual letters, which is what I want. What I'm going to do is click on the T because that's the first letter that I'm going to change. I'm going to double click on this T. I'm going to go down here to my character map UWP, and I'm going to look through here and find a T that I've chosen to use. So this is the T that is already there, the one that I'm hovering over right now, but I don't want to use that one. I want to use a different T. Okay, so I looked at all of these and I think the T that I want to use is this one right here. And what I'm going to do is click copy. I'm going to go back to Cricut Design Space and I am going to click Control V. Control V as in Victor. What that does, or what that did, is replace the T that was already there with the T that I copied from my character map UWP. Now I'm going to move that T over so that it's closer to the rest of the letters because I actually want it to be touching that I. Okay. And I like the way this looks. However, I definitely think I want to change that S. Okay, so I'm going to click on the S. I can click here in my layers panel on the right, or I can just double click on the letter S. I want to have that S already selected before I go over to the character map UWP. Now that I have that S selected, I am going to go back to the character map and I'm going to look at all of my S options. The S that's there already is the one that looks like this. I don't want to keep that one. I want to change it. So I'm going to look at the other options for letter S and see if there's one that I like better. Okay, so I have this option, which probably wouldn't work because that would make my S too far away from the other letters. I can look at this option, which I think I like, or I could look at this option of S. Now, I think this option of S is a little bit too fancy for this project. Okay, and those are the only options that I have left. So I am going to go with this option for letter S. I'm going to click copy. I'm going to go back to Cricut Design Space and I'm going to use the keyboard and select the Control and V as in Victor. That changes it to that letter S. Okay, so now that I have this exactly how I want it, I'm going to select the whole thing, the whole word tigers, and I'm going to weld it. The reason why I'm welding this is because this is a script font and I want it to have a nice, clean, flat cut when it's time to cut this with my Cricut cutting machine. Now I'm going to bring the view down on my screen because right now it's at 50%. I'm going to bring it down to like 25%. Now, I can see that this word tigers is right now is in this gray color. I definitely don't want it to be in this gray color. I actually want this to be in the like maroon color. And I also want to add an offset to this. I'm going to click on the offset option and I'm going to bring the offset down to 0.167. Okay. And I am going to click apply and I'm going to change the color of the offset to white. Okay, then I'm going to select the whole thing, the both layers, the red or maroon layer and the white layer, and I'm going to move it on top of this T and see if I like it or if it's too big. Now I'm looking at it and I can see that it is 14 inches wide, which means in my opinion, this is definitely too big. Let me just change my width to 10.0. Okay, I think I like that. And I know you can't see it, but I'm going to rotate this a little bit so that it's kind of like at an angle. And I am going to bring this down to like right here. Okay, now I need you to really focus in on this part right here because what I'm going to do is select both of these. Let me move these. I want to select both of these layers right here, the maroon layer and the white layer of tigers. I'm going to hold my shift key to select both layers and I'm going to duplicate this. Okay, and I'm just going to move my duplicate over here for right now. I don't need it. I'm just going to move it right here for right now. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I am going to take this top layer off and I am going to select that big T and this white layer just like this, and I am going to slice this. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is take all of this out. This is trash now. I don't need it. I have another set right over here. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete everything that's in the middle of that T. Okay, I don't need any of that anymore. And now that I have this T and it has been sliced, that means this missing piece is in the middle. What I'm going to do now is add an offset to this T. Okay, I have the T selected. I am going to add an offset to the T. The default offset stays at whatever you used the previous time, and what I used was 0.167, and that is fine. I'm going to click apply, and I am going to change that offset to that maroon color. Okay, and I really like that. Now what I'm going to do now, and I need you to stay with me, because remember now this is actually two layers. I'm not going to move them apart so you can see it, but this is actually two T's. Okay, you can look at my layers panel and see that there are two T's right there. I'm going to select this whole thing and I am going to slice this. Okay, because what I actually want is the maroon outline. I don't want the full piece of maroon. Okay, so I want to take this and I am going to delete it, and I can see that my offset, since I already had I already had a sliced out piece from this gray T, I also have a sliced out piece from this maroon T, and that is fantastic. What I'm going to do now is put these back together, because remember with glitter vinyl, you don't want to layer glitter vinyl.
Even though it is possible to layer glitter vinyl, it is not advised to layer glitter vinyl. And when you are making a shirt or anything, you want to get the most wears out of it and you don't want to risk it coming off, especially if you are doing any kind of sales. Okay. So I want to select both of these T's and I'm going to click align and I'm going to center them. Okay. I like the way that looks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my set over here that I saved and I'm going to align them and I'm going to center them on top of each other in these layers. And my white vinyl, my white layer is actually not going to be glitter vinyl, so I'm okay with layering this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and group this so it stays together. And then I'm going to put this back on top of here just to make sure that it is a perfect fit. And look at that. We have a perfect fit. Now I don't need this anymore. I can delete this. This was just an extra. Okay, so now when I get ready to click make it, I should actually have four mats. I should have one for my maroon layer of tigers, one for my white layer of tigers, one for my silver layer of glitter HTV, and one for my maroon layer of glitter HTV. And the best thing about this is that none of my layers of glitter vinyl will actually touch at all. Okay, so now we are ready to click make it. Okay, this is perfect. So what I'm going to do with this is I am going to mirror this. Okay, I'm going to go to my next mat and I'm also going to mirror this. I'm going to go to my third mat and I'm going to mirror this. And I'm going to go to my fourth mat and I'm going to mirror this. Okay, and I'm going to click continue. I'm super excited about this and I am going to make sure my Cricut Maker is connected. I am going to choose glitter iron-on even though my white vinyl is not glitter iron-on. It's okay. Okay, so I'm going to keep it just like this. I have mirrored all four mats. I'm going to keep it on default pressure and everything that I'll do from here will be back on the camera.
This is how I usually like to prepare my mats. I like to have each mat already ready to go so that when one finishes cutting, the next one is ready. So I am going to get this cut out. I have my glitter vinyl and my white heat transfer vinyl on each separate mat, and all of my vinyl is face down. The pretty side is on the mat. That's how HTV is cut. And I am going to get this cut out and I will definitely speed this part up. Now that I have all of my vinyl cut, I will start to get it weeded out. My first layer, I'm going to look Look how pretty that is. Look at that color. I am going to press this. I'm going to just tack this down for 6 seconds. Look at how pretty that is. Look at how gorgeous that is. Okay, now I am going to press the next layer, which is this silver-ish layer. So this should fit right inside of this maroon layer. And it fits in there perfectly. It's looking really, really good. It's looking really, really good. Oh my goodness. It's looking good. Let you get a better look at that. Now for the white layer, it has to fit in there perfectly, and it does. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good already. Okay, so I'm going to press this. Caesar is a warm or cold peel, so I'm going to go ahead and peel that. And I have one more layer, which is my maroon-ish layer, and it is going to go on top just like that. And that looks fantastic. All right, parchment paper. And here is the finished product. T is for tigers. So this is the finished product, and what am I going to say? I love it. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Look at that. OMG. Oh my goodness. I love it. Okay, so if you found this tutorial helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Leave me a comment below and let me know what school you are going to represent. Is it the Panthers? Is it the Tigers? Is it the Bears? What is your team? Who is your alma mater? I can't wait to hear from you. Okay, so like I said, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you found this helpful. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.